What's up, guys? It's Crash, and last week's Battlefield 6 reveal was largely a massive W. There was stuff in there that I didn't even expect. We got a lot of massive destruction, classes are back, the setting is awesome, the movement looks good, all that stuff looks great, and tons of people are excited. I have had people come back by the channel that haven't been around since before 2042 saying they're excited and they're coming back. And it is really an exciting time to be a Battlefield player, in my opinion. I can't wait for the beta this week. I hope you guys will join me in checking that out. However, there are a couple things that still remain unanswered, and I don't think we're going to get those answers really right off the bat. But one of the big ones that I think could have a dramatic effect either positively or negatively on the game, I don't think it's game breaking, but what's been an important thing to me and a lot of the community is the server browser. And Alexia Christofi over at DICE, who is responsible for all things engagement, progression, menus, and game flow, according to her X profile, asked for some feedback about the server browser, which is really cool that they understand it is a big deal. And I'm going to get into why I think it's a big deal, but I'm also going to talk about where they are looking at, like what their position is on it and why it's probably not quite where it needs to be, and maybe a call to action on how we can get our voices heard, because based on the gameplay reveal, they are listening to the community this time. I think the old management is gone. Vincent Pella came in and said, we have to build a Battlefield game and listen to the players. So this is another chance where maybe we can get our voice heard, but let's talk about it just a little bit, where we sit right now. She tweeted earlier, I'm going to talk about our server browser later today, but first I want to understand everyone's reasons for wanting a server browser so I can make sure I explain what we're doing effectively. What is it about the server browser that's important to you lot? Basically, my comment is doing really, really well, and I had some typos in there, so leave me alone. I'm old, all right? And I was on a cell phone, and I have giant hands, so it's not my fault. But anyway, I said, one is player choice, right? You're able to hop in a map rotation where you want. That's one of the big things, man. Like with 2042, and you could only do like quick match or whatever, you always get orbital, Like it seemed like you always got the map you didn't want to play, and you got it over and over and over. This way, once you kind of learn, or especially if you're like more of a diehard player, you can kind of learn or memorize the map rotation and say, hey, this is the map that I want to hop in. This Cairo map is what I like, and I like the 3 or 4 maps after it. I'm going to hop in this server, and I'm going to get to play the maps I want to. Boom, great, like player choice right there. And in my opinion, number 2, equally as important, it unequivocally proves there's no skill-based matchmaking. Now, we've been slowly getting away from the server browser for a while. You guys know that it was harder to find in Battlefield 1's menu, and then in Battlefield 5 they called it advanced search or whatever. But anyway, in this case, there's no way there can be skill-based matchmaking, because you yourself are choosing the server, and ping is king and transparent. You can sort by ping, you can get the best connection you can get the maps you want to play, you can get the modes you want to play, and there's no skill-based matchmaking. That is to say, when you get better at the game, when you grind the game, when you practice, when you start to become a better player, you're going to find yourself higher and higher on the scoreboard, instead of finding yourself in harder and harder lobbies in the same place, and the game consistently keeps you at around a 1 KD, or, you know, in Battlefield probably score per minute is more important, but it keeps you around that average score per minute. So that's the other big thing. Again, Battlefield also messed it up. We should add the caveat here that Battlefield 5 messed it up a little bit because there wasn't really a team balancer. So you could get super lopsided matches that kept going on and on. I had a lot of lopsided matches in Battlefield 5. The last one to do it correctly, I believe, was Battlefield 1, where you could pick a server and then it kind of sorted out players based on skill level to have close matches. Again, if you're a better player, you're going to be towards the top, and you start to actually get some rewards for, you know, getting better at the game. Tangible ones, like you can actually tell you're better. Then the able to have large groups of friends get in the same server and have lots of fun. When I'm streaming this game over on twitch.tv/crash8, potentially here on YouTube as well, it is so nice if somebody comes in chat, hey man, can I join you? And I could just like pin the server number at the top of chat. And it's like, yeah, guys, like everybody just hop in. Let's have a good time, switch over, get on my team, and let's go roll around the map and cause chaos in Battlefield with a bunch of people. I remember in Battlefield 5, you have 10, 15 people in a voice channel and just absolute chaos. Well, where you have to rely on matchmaking to do that, you're unable to do that, man. So I'm just trying to make the case here for a server browser explicitly. So if you guys are able to maybe speak up on this subject, those are the things that I think are really important. And again, this tweet is doing, you know, one of my better tweets for my small X account. So she responded to it. She says, it feels like the most important things are persistent servers, sense of community, and way to play together. Yep, that's a big one. Be able to choose specific maps and modes. Yeah, being able to filter ping and server fullness, and support for low pop regions. More to share. But she says our server browser solution answers all these once, and I'm going to argue against it a little bit here. Yes, it's via portal, kind of like we thought. It's only in portal, and shows community experiences, but these can award full XP, will be front and center in our main menu, not hidden, and will allow you to filter and search for specific things you want. Again, more to share on this in the future, but seeing all your replies, I think about what we have caters to the majority of use cases. We will talk more about it and why we feel like it's not enough at a later, why it feels like it's not enough at a later date. So in my opinion, where she says, but seeing all your replies, I think it caters to the majority of use cases. I think that is not true. Now, I am not throwing shade at her. I am so thankful. And guys, if you give comments to Alexia or anywhere on Twitter or X or anything, be very respectful. I super shout out to her for actually asking these questions. I'm so thankful that she wants to do that. She wants to engage with the community. So treat her with the respect that she deserves in your answer. At the end of all my tweets, I said, thank you for asking, or thank you for engaging on this topic, because I'm truly thankful. She doesn't have to. Battlefield's cooking. She doesn't have to put herself out there. I'm guessing if I scroll down, there's going to be some troglodytes that are being jerks that are like, oh, you don't even know the answer to, like, stop it, man. Be respectful, be an adult, and be appreciative that this developer is actually asking for our opinion again, because that's great. If we treat her with respect, more developers might be more likely to listen to us. It's kind of like life skills here I'm teaching, all right? Be a good human. So where she says that this will fix the majority of use cases, why I think that is inaccurate, because I really think, and I can't prove this, I really think the data would show that the vast majority of Battlefield players reside in the official game modes. I don't know why it is. If somebody, would make a portal server and spin one up that's largely the same as the official ones, I still want to play official Rush. I still want to play official Breakthrough and official Conquest. I would think their data over at DICE would show, especially with 2042, that the vast majority of use cases of players reside within those modes. They are in the official servers. If you can't access the official servers, I would argue that the server browser does not serve the vast majority of use cases, being only in portal. It sounds like it's going to be on the main menu, easy to see. You can hop in and there are going to be a bunch of player made modes and stuff like that and custom servers there. That is cool and all, but I don't think it serves the purpose for the vast majority of players that want to see official servers on that browser. So what I'm saying, what I think we should advocate for is try to think of the best way that we could try to put a case forward to have server browsers have official servers. I think we could potentially, maybe long shot here, get DICE to allow allow official game mode servers to be seen in the portal mode, and you could toggle on and off portal. Now, having the portal server browser mode on the main menu is a huge W to help people find game modes. We know with portal in Battlefield 2042, people could make some really cool stuff, but having enough friends or getting enough people to find that server to keep it populated was another story. Well, if you have that on the main menu, people can click on, put it in front of more people, maybe those can get some more playtime and user-generated content can kind of get more of the spotlight, which I think it should. Now, the best case scenario, I think, is that we could potentially get a toggle to turn official servers on in there. That would serve everybody really well. If you could click on the portal server browser, click something and show official servers, see those, but then other players who didn't want to mess with that, go the old way, could still use standard matchmaking. I think it's not perfect, but it is basically I think it's the best compromise, and the best thing that we can hope for is to be able to see those official servers in there. And why I kind of think she missed the mark with her statement just a little bit, very respectively, that she missed her mark by saying it serves the majority of use cases, because like I said, there has to be data that shows the majority of use cases, or the majority of players want to play official DICE servers, official DICE modes that have been balanced by the team, and we're playing Conquest, we're playing Rush, we're playing Breakthrough on those servers. We want to find one. We want to search by low ping. We want to find a spot in the map rotation we want to get in. Boom. I want to do a live stream on twitch.tv/crash8. All my homies join. I'll pin the server number at the top of the chat, and let's roll, boys, like the old days, man, because we're so close. We're so close to the old days of Battlefield, and on the whole thing, you know, it feels really good. Again, if this is the only thing we don't get, I think we're still cooking. I think we're still having fun. I've kind of come to terms with it, the way they've treated the server browser in the last title and even in Battlefield 5, that it's going away. So I've kind of come to terms with that, but it's a huge shame. DICE is listening this time, so I think it's in our best interest to maybe make our voices heard. Maybe you could tweet some people over on X to kind of put your opinion out there. But again, guys, I ask you to please do it respectfully. Your voice will get heard a lot more if you do it in a respectful way, and the developers will be more prone to ask again for input. I think that's all I had. I think that covers the server browser. As it sits now, it's going to be on the main menu, which is good. It's going to be with Portal, which is good for Portal. Portal 2.0 looks insane. I can't wait to see what everybody builds in there. Hopefully it's more user friendly. The persistent servers and game modes can track across updates. You don't have to rebuild your experience every time. It's going to be cool to see what people say. But man, I am excited for Thursday, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching the channel. Thanks for coming back out of the woodwork when we're talking about Battlefield on the channel. It means the world to me. If I could hug you, man, I'd do it. I'll see you next time.